Today here in studio, we'll be visiting with one of the many nonprofit groups that are members here at the Greater Arlington Chamber of Commerce. And when I say many, a lot of people are surprised to know we have well over 120 nonprofit groups. Today we have Hope Tutoring in studio with us today to tell us a little bit about their story, and representing Hope Tutoring is our guest, Stephanie Arredondo.
Yes, sir.
How about that, Stephanie?
It was perfect.
Got it out there, didn't I?
You did.
Hope Tutoring. So I like that. What is your official title with Hope Tutoring?
I'm the executive director for Hope Tutoring.
Okay, well, we have the exact person in here today.
Yes, sir.
So I've been in Arlington a long time, and I've been familiar with Hope Tutoring, but I don't remember exactly when I first would have heard about Hope Tutoring. So how long have you guys been around here in Arlington?
A long time. A long time. So next year will actually be our 30th year anniversary. We started in 1996.
1996. So you haven't been with them that long.
I have not. So I actually came on board as executive director last year in September. So it's going to be my 1 year anniversary with the organization.
So a lot of times I'll meet with nonprofits and they're representing this nonprofit, but they have a nonprofit background, working with other nonprofits, working at nonprofits, maybe being an executive director. But your story's a little different, isn't it?
It is.
On board.
So I actually left an 18-year career at JP Morgan Chase.
Okay.
When I left, I was a chief of staff to the CFO of Commercial Bank. And I'd say for about 3 to 4 years before I left, I just had this pull where I wanted to go out and make an impact in the community with the amazing skill set that I gained from the bank. And I was very involved in my church and just loved being out serving in the community. And I had a pull to come to a nonprofit space, but left on faith from the bank in summer of last year. Took a sabbatical to take some time with my boys that I really needed to do, and started looking for nonprofits to work with. And our church actually helped support Hope Tutoring for decades. Okay. And so I applied for the community engagement coordinator role, and the executive director at that time was already going to leave the organization and said that she thought that I'd be great for this role, and here I am.
Look at you. Did she stay on board a little bit to kind of
She did.
anything?
Yes, she did. We had a really good transition phase for about 3 months, and I still can call her to this day if I need something. She's an amazing individual, Kathy Mitchell. But yeah, I can still call her if I need any type of support or questions, and she's there for me.
Well, that's super. And now it's your baby.
It is. It's our team's baby.
Okay.
But
fair.
Yeah, it has been an amazing experience, and I'm so grateful to have people that have supported this organization for decades. So some of our tutors have been there since day one. We have tutors that have been there for 25 years. So we have a good base of volunteers that have been around the organization. So I've got lots of support that I need. Well,
talk to me about, obviously tutoring is what you do, but more specifically, do you focus on certain grades or certain subjects, or what are we doing there?
Yes, sir. So we support 2nd through 8th graders in math and reading. And then we do have summer camps during the summer that have math and reading camps, but we do a STEM camp as well during the summer in partnership with UTA.
Okay. So that's all been going on all the time, or you keep adding new stuff over the years?
Keep adding new things, yeah. So depending on the needs of the organization and our students is kind of where we'll add and subtract. We didn't used to have summer camps. We didn't used to have virtual tutoring after school, but a little fancy thing called COVID made that happen. So we launched virtual tutoring in the COVID era, and that's still stuck. Our UTA STEM camp that we provide on the UTA campus is in partnership with our UTA professors, and the kids love it. The organization loves it, and that's stuck around. But we provide free tutoring services to this organization, to schools in Arlington. You don't have to be through AISD, but they are obviously a big partner with us. And we have after-school tutoring, and that's through actual local churches as well as the City of Arlington libraries. Mm-hmm. We have our virtual program, and then we also go into schools in Arlington ISD through their intervention hours. So we've got volunteers on the ground going in, helping teachers go into tutor students in math and reading. So
did Hope Tutoring find out in its own weird way, and you weren't around then, but when COVID hit and you went to the virtual world, in an odd way, did it help in that you're able to reach more students than you could in person?
Absolutely, especially in our space. So we do prioritize students that are in Title I schools. So that means that these are lower socioeconomically challenged students where parents may not have a ride, or parents may have 2 and 3 jobs that they can't get their students to tutoring. So it opened up the virtual space where we're able to provide that virtually. So it was very much helpful.
It seems to me that you need, like all nonprofits, a lot of things. Obviously, you need money, but the volunteer base must be huge. Would that be the number one way that the community could help you?
Absolutely. So I always like to say that our volunteers are the backbone of our organization. We would not function with our students without our tutors, and we need them desperately. So last year we were able to serve 166 students, but we had another double that on a waiting list because we didn't have the tutors.
Wow, okay.
So we desperately need volunteer tutors. And the good thing about it is because we do have so many locations at different times and days, it's based on their availability. So it's a 1-hour commitment per week, and they get to say where I want to go, what time, and they get to choose, and then that's their constant for the semester. So it's a one semester commitment. And then the other good thing is you're with the same student, so you're able to kind of build a relationship, a rapport, and a mentorship with that student while you're tutoring them through the semester.
Okay, I'm going to throw a curveball at you here.
Bring it on.
It just popped in my head. The fact that you're coming up on your 30-year anniversary, do you know of any instances to where there are tutors today that years ago were being tutored themselves and now they're in a give back position?
I'm so glad you asked that. We have a student that just graduated out of our program. So she was with us for 5 years, had the same tutor for 5 years. And when she graduated out of our program, she still wanted to be a part of our organization and give back. So she herself is now a tutor with us, getting it back to the next organization.
That was not rehearsed, by the way. I had
wasn't.
no idea. What a beautiful story.
It's
that
amazing.
is.
Yeah. And she, we actually posted a video on our social media. She gave us a testimony, and she was talking about how when she entered our program, she didn't have confidence. So not only was she struggling in school, but she didn't have confidence. She didn't like problem solving. And now 5 years later, after going through our program, she has confidence, and she wants to give that back to students who are feeling the same way she was.
Well, here's the other thing she has too. She has the relatability factor with the students she's working with, because she can literally look at them and say, I was you.
Absolutely.
And look at me now. Mm-hmm. You can do this too, and we're going to do it together.
A lot of our tutors say that they stand up and they step up to serve in our organization because they felt that way. They struggled in school, or they didn't have the support, or the school was going too fast. The subjects were being taught too fast and they couldn't comprehend. But to have someone come up and step up just to be that personal one-on-one tutoring, it's just so incredibly helpful. So a lot of our tutors also say the same thing.
Well, and I liked what you said earlier too, and I'll make sure it doesn't get lost, is yes, it's math and reading is the primary things, but a lot of times it's life tutoring too. You get the same person all the time. You have a new friend to bounce ideas off of and stuff. That's a big part of it too.
It's huge.
Do you work as far as training the tutors? I mean, I know math and I know reading. I don't know the first thing about being a tutor. So if someone wants to step into the program to become a tutor, you help them through that process?
Yes. So we did have a time frame where we weren't doing as good of a job at that, but we have developed a curriculum now where we are actually meeting the student where they are. So if we have a 5th grader who's struggling with 1st grade concepts and doesn't understand those, we're actually identifying what those are, and we're going to start the student where they need to be. Okay. And so with that, we also have teacher curriculum, and we've got development programs for our tutors. So I hear that a lot. I don't know the first thing about teaching a student or, teaching curriculum for that fact, but we help and we hold their hand to guide them and train them on exactly what they're supposed to be doing. In addition to that, we're really excited about our partners at UTA are actually stepping up and helping us build inquiry activities for our modules in our curriculum. Mm-hmm. So, for example, if a student is studying and needs help with fractions in math, then we can build a pizza out of paper and have toppings, and then split that pizza into different fractions so that they understand, a 1/4 of my pizza is going to have mushrooms and another half is going to have beef. So building those activities for us, they're actually in the process of doing that. So while we're teaching, we're going to teach the volunteers what those activities are, and then the students will have a hands-on way to relate that to real life. If I go order a pizza, when I'm ordering, if I want just half of it with one topping and the other half with another topping, they're able to articulate that a little further. So like you said, life skills.
Life skills, that's Pizza is life.
It's life.
for,
It is.
for a lot of us. Whole other topic for another time. Okay, so new school year is upon us, 25-26 school year. I know there's obviously goals for Hope Tutoring all along, but are there any specific goals for this school year you'd like to achieve?
Yes. So I think our constant goal is just to be able to serve more students. And in order for us to do that, we need more volunteers. So we're sourcing our volunteers actively in the community. Anyone who wants a way to give back, we are increasing our volunteer amounts and totals. And then once we know exactly how many volunteers we have, we're onboarding, getting orientation and training them. And then our schools, our students, we know where they are. They're in our schools. And so we'll approach our schools and say, we've got 5 tutors at this location that's right around the corner from you. I need 5 students to help tutor. So increasing our student number count that we're helping, increasing the number of volunteers, but growing those partnerships and relationships with our local schools as well is really what our goal is for this year.
Do you get to a situation too to where tutors bring in other tutors? So
Absolutely.
I've been working with this group for a while. You need to do this.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
We have church members as well. They'll say, hey, let's go in all together. We really want to make an impact in our community. So we'll have a church site. We actually are onboarding another church this week. So they have 7 tutors that stepped up and said, we're ready. Okay. So we're onboarding them all at the same time and getting them prepared and ready to go. And then as well as different groups that may have, so Men Serving God was one of our groups that we picked up a bunch of tutors from, and they came up. So definitely sharing the word with friends and community members, church families, all of that will help us with volunteer numbers.
So you've been on board with Hope now for a year, a little over a year. Hope's been around for 30 years.
Yes, sir.
Hope's been a member of the Greater Arlington Chamber now for several years as well. In the limited time you've been on board, what, if anything, have you seen that maybe membership in the Chamber has been able to contribute to your organization?
Definitely helping us getting the word out about our organization. And I think we've kind of struggled with that. I don't know why precisely, why we've struggled to get the word out about our organization, but the connections that we've had, the meetings that we've had, just being able to spread the word of who we are and what we do and how amazing it is has helped us tremendously.
Super. Well, we like to hear that.
Yes.
We have a big saying around here, Stephanie, you may or may not know, together we succeed. So it sounds like maybe
Absolutely.
together we're succeeding.
Absolutely.
So we like that. Well, we're going to wrap it up now. Any big plans for the 30th year, or we want to talk about that another time?
We already know the date, so it's going to be September 1996 was when we launched,
Okay.
and so we already know in September 2026 we're going to do something big. We don't know what yet, but it's on the calendar, and we're going to start planning towards it. So
Well, I'll tell you what, here at the Greater Arlington Chamber, if we can help you get the word out on that, you let us know.
Absolutely.
We're happy to help. Well, Stephanie, thank you for being here today. Mostly, thank you for answering the word when you were asked to come on board with a great organization like Hope Tutoring. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hey, folks, as always, we appreciate you too. Hope you enjoyed the story today, and you might surprise yourself. You might be able to be a tutor as well. Hope Tutoring could certainly use you and anyone you know. Give them a shout. Thanks for being here. Talk to you next time.